Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bad
Now
Thank
let's
you.
start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with good morning? It's like good night with the ground. I mean, you have these things you say. You have good morning, you have good afternoon, good evening, and then you have good night. All the good times of day. You don't really say good midnight, though. You never really say it for that. You don't really say good noon. You know, good morning is usually the first thing you say to someone, so it's kind of like a hi, hello kind of thing. Good morning. But, then you got like good afternoon and good evening, which I'm actually kind of confused on. Does evening come before afternoon? Do they overlap? What exactly is counted as a time of evening? What is evening out? Is it evening out of the sun and moon? Is it evening out of like the brightness of the day? Is it evening out of the tides? I don't have any fucking clue. Do you think I could Google that? Probably, but even if I did, how would I explain it to Google in a way it would understand? I would ask Jeeves, but I don't even know. Is he back? I thought he came back, and I don't know if they got rid of him again. And it's just Ask now, and that's a whole different thing to think about. It's a whole different fucking. I want to say can of ass again. I don't know why can of ass sounds good, but maybe it'll catch on. Hashtag can of ass. Get it trending. On Twitter that I don't use. But it's like, then you have good night is kind of the outlier that's like good afternoon, I guess that makes sense at least, because like anytime afternoon, boom, you're safe. I don't know if there's a time it rolls over and it's supposed to be evening instead of afternoon, but it still is afternoon. So the only time it would be not counted, I guess, would be when it rolls over to morning again, which is around midnight, but even midnight is supposed to be like the middle of the night, not necessarily the morning. So it's weird to think that 1 a.m. is the morning, like you would say good morning at 1 a.m., right? Like, but it seems weird because while it is morning, it's still so close to the middle of the night at midnight that like, how is it? I don't know. Time and its descriptors are fucked, dysfunctional, and I don't like them one goddamn. But then there's like, good night is really only ever used when somebody's leaving or saying goodbye. It's essentially like a goodbye. Like, you think of good morning, good evening, good afternoon as a hello. You think of good night as goodbye. No one ever comes in at the night shift and is like, good night, and says it like it's a hello. No, they're saying good night when you leave. When other people are getting the fuck out of there. It's like, it's weird that we never use it that way, and it's always used in that sense. I mean, I understand that a lot of people will go to bed or something at night, and that's why they're saying good night. But it is weird that it's never used in the same way as good morning, and vice versa. It's not used as good morning or, good afternoon or good evening if you're going to go to sleep at that point. You don't use it as, or you're going to be leaving or whatever. It's not very customary to be walking away and be like, good evening, and like, see ya. Like, it's not done. Why isn't it done? Should we start doing it or not? And should the other thing I was talking about with the good night thing that's kind of reversed, should we flip-flop that one to be the same as the other ones are now, but would be different, more like this one is now, but would be different than that one is after flipping it? That's my question to you, audience. Be sure to send your votes into the comment section, or simply leave a like or dislike based on whatever you think about my face. And if you want to get more awesome content, there's more videos on the channel. If you don't want to watch those, I have other things linked in places. And if you don't want to check that out, then you probably don't actually want other content. Because that's all there is. So if that's the case, then why did you ask me, asshole? Why don't you go fuck yourself? As always, with the ground.